So, with that, Jax, Delius, and Regimen began to fly down towards the portal, beginning to grow closer to the three frattered fragments of world. As they did, amongst the shattered fragments, scattered across their surface, massive crystals glowing that rainbow energy, and small black creatures, much smaller in size than the ones they had fought, or the ones that had spoken to them, skittering across the surface, along with round objects that looked much like eggs, with rainbow glows upon them, and looking closely, small forms undulating around inside. These fragments of world were most likely where they were using to nest. As the light in front of them began to grow brighter, out of it rainbow light poured in a constant fluorescent flow that ran out in streams, like with living wisps of colorful steam flowing out in all directions, until finally they approached close enough that everything simply became blinding white light, as they all covered their eyes, shielding them as they flew into the portal or doorway, whatever it may be called. And in that instant, a strange sensation began to overcome them. Suddenly, Delius no longer felt as if he were floating in space. Rather, it felt as if he could feel purchase beneath his feet. He was standing. As he opened his eyes and they began to adjust, he found himself standing on nothing. It was simply a wash of bright white light and rainbow color. There didn't appear to be any solid surface, and yet they were standing on it nonetheless. As he looked to the side to see Reginald and Jax still there, both of them beginning to come to their senses as well. As Delius began to look around at what seemed like an infinite expanse, with no end. There was no sky or earth, land or water, no elements, simply an endless run of white space with fluorescent energy flowing everywhere. But in the mix, he began to see something that was odd. All of the fluorescent light that flowed in this place seemed to have a direction to it, moving from far away and coming towards them and even passing them by. And yet, there was a segment of fluorescent light that didn't seem like the rest, that did not flow endlessly from the distance to them and beyond. Rather, it seemed to swirl in on itself, moving and wrapping and whirling around. And within it, he began to see a form coalescing. It seemed like the form of a person, no bigger or smaller than they were. It had no face, no features of any kind, no eyes, simply a form, and a loose one at that. "Welcome," a voice echoed out from the form. "It's nice to see you all," the voice said. "I have been waiting very impatiently for your arrival." "What the hell is that? I've heard of a lot of beings, but I must say that's a new one," Regimen said as he began peering at the entity. "No, you've gotta be fucking shitting me," Jax replied, beginning to look angry. "Oh, what is your deal?" Jax said, starting to take steps towards the entity aggressively. "What this time? How exactly did I piss you off now? Why do you just follow me around all the time? Just waiting around every corner for little old Jax to pass through. What, did I piss on your galactic boots or something? What did I do to piss you off this time? You here to give me a lecture?" "And hello to you too, Jax," the voice announced, as what looked like an arm and a hand extended itself in Jax's direction. I suppose for you it has been some time since our last meeting, and you should know better than any, Jax, that you are always, hypothetically, pissing on my galactic boots. Your very existence does that. But to me, it is no more bothersome than if an ant defecated on your shoe. It's meaningless. Oh yeah, I forgot that you do that. Everything's unimportant. I get it. What an ass. I really hate you, you know that? Ahem. Reginald grunted. Perhaps you feel like filling the rest of us in? Perhaps explaining who the hell this is? Oh, sorry about that, Jax replied, crossing his arms and looking frustrated. Well, get prepared for your day to be ruined. Meet God. Excuse me? Regimen said, raising an eyebrow. What? Delius replied, completely shocked. Well, not God in the sense of grab your Bible and hit the church. No, that's a different thing. Specifically, this entity, he, she, him, them, whatever you want to call it, is known as the All-Force, or at least that's the name I know it by. The All-Force is, well, as I said, basically God. It created everything. Our universe, the multiverse, everything in it. It knows all. It sees all. It exists in all places and all times simultaneously, with infinite knowledge and power. And what a raging, arrogant asshole. I can't stand dealing with him, because it's always a freaking head game. I mean, even talking to him is basically pointless. Well, I suppose everyone has allotted their opinion, Jax. The voice rung out from the figure. But I would hardly say it was pointless. After all, you do have a desire, do you not? Oh yeah, and what the hell does that even matter? You know everything. The course that everything's going to take, the infinite strings of destiny. You're in control of all of it. You know exactly how things are going to go before they even go there. Every possible outcome in every conceivable instance, in every universe simultaneously. Past, present, and future, it doesn't matter, you know it all. You already know how this little exchange of ours is going to end, which is one of the most infuriating things about dealing with you. It's completely asinine. You already know how it's going to go. You know how you're going to respond to everything. You know whether we're going to be given what we want or not. And yet still, we have to play the game anyways. Go through the motions. So you're telling me that you know God, and that's not something that you bothered to tell me. Well, as I said, it's kind of useless. All the power in the freaking multiverse, and he does nothing with it. Nothing but apparently fuck up my day from time to time. It's one of the biggest rip-offs, regardless of how much power he, she, they, whatever you want to call it, has. It chooses to do nothing. It doesn't think we're important. Nothing we do is important to him. Our entire existence is nothing but a drop of water in the span of the entire multiverse. It has no meaning to him. He neither offers help nor aid under any circumstances. He just occasionally pops in to get in your way, when you're me at least. Really, you should be more grateful. Whether you are the Indomitable or not, it is me that you have to thank in the end for your very existence, for the existence of all things. And do not speak as if I have never done anything for you. Did I not allow you to pass, despite the negative repercussions and risks that it presents to the temporal balance? Oh wow, your great act of generosity was simply yet another time that you could have stood in my way and decided not to. Like it would have freaking mattered to you. Don't sit there and act so high and mighty like you're nice. You're not. These guys might believe that crap, but I don't. I know exactly who you are. You're gonna destroy our entire universe. How nice is that? What? Regimen shouted. What do you mean he's going to destroy our universe? I mean exactly that, Jax replied. It's all been scheduled, planned. According to him, our universe is heading towards, well, a figurative black hole. We've become viral in their perspective. Yes, Jax. According to the current line of events, it is inevitable. The virus that plagues your universe is a detriment to all other universes. If it is allowed to persist, then the others will become infected. To save all of creation, all universes in the infinite spectrum, yours must be washed away before that happens. Yeah, right. And it's not like you could stop it or anything like that. All force, all-powerful being able to do anything you want anytime you want to do it. You could eliminate all of them with a thought, and yet you do nothing. Yes, that is correct. Why not destroy this virus before it infects the other multiverse universes? That way you don't have to wipe out our entire universe. That is not the way that I operate. Your destinies are your own. Though the strings may wind themselves tightly, you as sentient beings can always divert them. You have a history of being unpredictable. This problem is of your own making. And so, just as all other problems that are of your own making, it is of your responsibility to undo it. If you fail to do so, then I will do what must be done. When weighed against all life in all other universes, the life that exists within yours is inconsequential to the whole. And there it is again. We're nothing, Jax said as he began to storm away for a moment, taking his place beside us once again, standing on the other side of Reginald.